Hello from Kampala. Hello Amanda, Williker, Phil and Emma. I'm Kerry and I'm 1/3 of Awamu, and I currently live in Kampala, Uganda, which is where the two women's groups are based which Awamu supports. It's the night before you guys meet with Emma here, and I just wanted to say thank you for the interest that you've already shown in Awamu over the years, and thank you for agreeing to meet with Emma today and to talk about future exciting possibilities of more involvement with Awamu. I'm really excited to get the three of you guys together. I've heard a bit about Amanda and Williker from Emma, and I know Phil personally, and I'm really excited about the skills and enthusiasm that you guys might be able to bring to Awamu, and the new ideas, things that we've never thought of before. I thought I'd just really quickly tell you why I'm here in Kampala and why I got involved with Awamu in the first place. So I rang up Emma about 5 years ago and said to her, I want to do something to help people less fortunate than myself. Should I just give you some money or should I try fundraising? Because I knew she was involved in development. And she said, I'm going out to Uganda in 3 weeks, why don't you just come and meet these women that I've been in contact with, and yeah, see how it makes you feel and how you'd like to get involved in the future. So yeah, that's what I did. I booked my plane ticket, and I remember on the plane being quite apprehensive about what I was going to see, being a bit worried about whether I'd be able to handle it emotionally, whether I'd be able to handle seeing sort of kids with AIDS or being in slums and everything that I'd heard about Uganda. And yeah, the first people that I met when I came with Emma was the Makerere group, and Nulu heads up that group, and there's about 25 children on that day when we first visited, and they did an amazing African dance performance for us. Yeah, and I got a chance to chat to some of the kids as well. And I remember getting the motorbike back to the hotel with Emma and sitting behind her and asking how many of the kids were HIV positive that we just met, and she said all of them were. And I remember crying all the way home to the hotel. And then the next day we went to Bwezi slum area and met the other women's groups that we support, who's run by Florence and Rukia. And I met one woman in particular. We went round to visit her house, Regina, and she's about 65 now. She looks after 12 children. At that time it was in a one-room shack. She's now got a much bigger house with 2 rooms. And I met 2 of the children that she looks after. One was Jalaya, who is HIV positive, and her parents made her sleep outside because of the stigma with HIV. And Regina just said, no, that's not right. Why don't you come and live with me? And so she officially adopted her. And another boy who I really like, I'm not supposed to have favourites, but Marvin, Regina saved him from a fire and nursed his leg better, and took him on as one of her own children. I think 4 of the children are her grandchildren, and all the other ones that she's taken on from the community who have either been abandoned or their parents have passed away. And she basically works her socks off to be able to get them a meal a day. She sells bras in the day in the local community along with mushrooms that she grows, and then at night time she sells roast chicken on the side of the road. And yeah, each one of those kids always has at least one really good meal a day. But one thing she can't do at the moment is to be able to pay for those children to go to school. She just simply doesn't have the money or the income generation to be able to provide for that, and that's where Emma stepped in and basically started fundraising to pay for some of those kids to go to school to try and break the cycle of poverty. And So I came away from Uganda and I did honestly feel sad, but more than that I felt angry and I felt inspired, and I even felt a little bit jealous because of their sense of community. And yeah, if you ever get a chance to meet the women's groups, it's just amazing how much they look out for each other and look out for kids in their community, especially when there isn't a government or a social security system set up that does that, like in the UK. And yeah, if Mrs. So-and-so doesn't come out of her house one day, 5 people will notice and say, where is Mrs. So-and-so? But yeah, so I basically came away and started getting into fundraising. I created a film club, started charging people to come and see films, and we've raised over £6,000 now with that. Started really getting into event management and realising you could make quite a lot of money out of events. When we first started, I think we made £24 on the first event, and by the end we were making up to £1,000 out of one event. So that's something that I'd really love to do more of in the future. And I'm in Kampala now because I am doing a VSO, Voluntary Service Overseas, 2-year placement here. So in the day I work on a massive school health and reading programme, making school books for primary 1 to primary 4 in 12 local languages. So I use my graphic design and print skills to do that, and then as much as I can outside of daily work, I go and see the kids. I've been getting a lot more into blogging, telling stories from on the ground, and yeah, I think my role is still evolving, especially with being here, and I think it will change a lot as well with new people getting involved. But yeah, it's really, really exciting time, and yeah, I'm really excited about you guys being involved, about seeing how stuff's gonna change and what skills you guys can bring. And if you ever want to come to Kampala and visit the projects, I would absolutely love it. I've got a spare room, so no accommodation fees, and Uganda is absolutely stunning and the people are amazing. So yeah, it would be really great if any of you wanted to come out. And yeah, I will be on hand for anything you need in terms of Owamu stuff. If you're helping us out, any photos, videos, information, anything like that, please just give me an email, and it would be great to Skype one-on-one with some of you, all of you, at any point. So yeah, just hit me up. I hope you have a really awesome meeting today, and you feel as excited and as engaged as we are. And yeah, I hope to meet you in person one day. Okay, lots of love, bye! One last thing I wanted to add, because it was really important to why I got involved in Owamu and why I've been so involved, is the realisation that I had of how ridiculously easy it is to completely change somebody's life. And I think I spent a lot of my 20s on my sofa wrapped in guilt and worry about the shit that was going on in the world and watching it go by on the telly, and feeling almost numb and like there was not really anything I could personally do to change that. It was too big an issue, and it was over there in a place that I didn't understand or didn't know. And yeah, working with Owamu, fundraising, and then coming and seeing the kids and seeing the change over 3 years to a kid that's been able to go to school and have the opportunity of something that I wouldn't even think twice about in the UK, and seeing the change in that kid's confidence, in that kid's skills, and hopefully that kid's opportunity in the future has just been mind-blowing and amazing. And it's been really good for me in terms of event organising and asking people for money and being able to say, I've seen it on the ground, your quid is going to do absolutely loads. Yeah, okay, thanks.